Netmarble really messed up with this new DM. She comes embedded with a major issue that anyone that summons for her will suffer, and people that don't summon for her also will. It's a negative for the whole player base, honestly. And it's the simple fact that they made her a character that is so extremely useful for OG Demon specifically. Only OG Demon, basically. And Crimson, I guess, but OG Demon, right? Every single time you do OG Demon, you want to use her. And you want your teammate to use her, right? So you want both parties to be using this DM. But here's the thing. They made her a summer character. So stupid. Because for me, right, on JP, I got her in the first 150 gems and I stopped summoning, right? I didn't even post my summons on YouTube because it was just 150 gems. I got her and I was like, I'm done. So, I have her. But for the most part in these past few days that I've been doing OG Demon, it's been very hard to find players that also have her. Meaning, I can't run the optimal OG team most of the time. The current OG Demon team right now, because of her, is her, Trader Mally, Red Gaffer, and Elaine, or whatever other fourth you want to use. Most likely, like Bond, something that'll do more damage because you want to return every time. And the other person runs Diane, Trader Mally, and Freyr. Either Freyr or some other red character that does damage, maybe Red Ascaner if you don't have Freyr. And that's the current OG Demon optimal team. Here's the problem. If the other person doesn't have the N, it's almost pointless to have the N. Because she only works with another player that also has her pretty much. You're not giving your allies her passive. Her passive is, she ranks up all the cards and the teammates, and she gives all the allies the 30% basic stat buff and immunity. She basically gives all allies 3 turns of Arthur's blue card, a level 3 blue card, right? But that's only your team. So the allies don't get that. So they also need to buff themselves somehow else, right? So they need to run Arthur to buff themselves. And that completely defeats the purpose of the N, because her whole point is that her passive runs out in 3 turns, so you have to beat the thing in 3 turns. This unit is so flawed, and it's the only thing they had to do was make her free. Like, genuinely, they should have made her free. You know how they just made, like, the red hair Liz free? The green red hair Liz? It's because you suffered the same thing if you didn't have her. If you had her, but the ally didn't, then you had to kick him from Belmoth because they wouldn't do the proper team, right? And for me right now... Okay, someone has her. Good. Very unlikely to find someone that has her, by the way. Very unlikely. Thankfully, someone on my friends list, not the friends list, this thing. By the way, I recommend people, if you're doing a raid, to use that feature. That feature, usually the players that you find from that feature are better than the ones that you invite, usually. So I'll stop here to first we'll do the proper team. And now, right, from now on, if my teammate doesn't have her, I don't want to do OG Demon with them because I know it's bad. I know I'm not going to 3-turn, and it just divides the player base between people that have the N and people that don't have the N, and I can't recommend people to summon for the N. Like, I can be here, oh, please summon for DNs so I can find more DNs, but we just got leaks, pretty much confirmation, that the next festival coming in 2 weeks is Estarossa. And a lot of players, right, won't just be able to pull this DN in like 150 gems. They're probably going to have to go 600 to pull this DN, right? And so, are you going to spend 600 gems right before a new festival comes out? Maybe one that's going to be game-changing? Like, really? It's terrible decision to make her so exclusive. Like, if you're not going to give her for free, right, that's fine. Make her a summonable character, fine. You want to make money. Make her like an SSR ticket character. Something. So a good chunk of your player base actually gets her, and it's not insanely annoying if you don't have her. Because again, like if you don't have her, right, that's fine. It's business as usual. You know, you're gonna use your Arthur or Festival Diane and do the same way you were doing before, right? Until you start facing or start matching up with a lot of people that do have her, they're gonna start kicking you because you don't have her. And again, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Like, I'm part of the problem. Like, if I have her, right, on JP. I'm not gonna have her on Global. I'm not summoning her for her on Global. But on JP here, I have her, and if I get someone that doesn't have her, I just instantly kick them. I've played the raid with multiple people that don't have her. It's just bad. Unless you have someone on call with you that has Arthur, like I did on my initial video. I had my friend Sora with me, and he doesn't have her, right? He didn't pull her, and he was using Arthur, and we did it in 3 turns, but because we got pretty lucky, right? It divides the player base, and this unit will not be common ever. Ever. This is a summer character. She's barely gonna come back on banners. Hopefully they're gonna come to their senses and give this unit for free. It doesn't matter that she's 1/6. Like, I have her mind 1/6. Like, if you're doing this properly, you're never gonna ult with her, basically. You know, like, she should have been a regular banner character that goes in SSR tickets or SR tickets, and because she's not, OG Demon is going to be very annoying to farm. Like, this affects the players that summon for her, I think, more because it restricts the amount of players you can play with. But to be fair, when you do find someone that has her, it's much faster to do OG Demon, so I don't want to say that it's worse for people that pull for her, but it's only going to get worse. The longer it gets between now and her becoming common, it's going to be like more and more players are going to start playing the game, hopefully. New players, please, start playing the game. And more and more players are not going to have her while doing OG Hell. And from, like, I want to say, like, in a few months, unless they constantly bring her on banners, right, which is very unlikely because she's a summer character, unless they constantly bring her back on banners, I'm going to be starting to, like, have to play with people that don't have her, and I might stop using her at some point and use Festival Diane. Because, again, it's very awkward to play the raid with her if the other person doesn't have her. It's insanely awkward. Terrible decision, horrible decision. Do not understand what was the thought process. Like, I do understand the thought process between making her exclusive. The thought process was money. That's the thought process, right? But I cannot recommend anyone summoning for this unit because of this. If me recommending you to summon for this character means that you might end up having to go 600 gems, potentially, to pull her, just for you to have a mildly better experience doing the OG Demon. Like, how many of you are actually struggling with OG Demon? I do OG Demon with my free-to-play account with 0 issues with Red Arthur, right? She doesn't replace Trader Melly or anything. She just replaces Red Arthur or Festival Diane, which you definitely don't need to replace if you already have them, right? I do mine on Global with my free-to-play account with Red Arthur with 0 issues. Is the mildly better experience worth 600 gems? I don't know, man. Terrible decision. And will never get fixed, likely.